FIVEAA Sport. Mitch Marsh has won the toss for Australia and has elected to bowl in their one-day match against India at Adelaide Oval. India is currently 2 for 38. And England is embracing the underdog tag on home soil ahead of the Rugby League Ashes series kicking off on Sunday morning. They'll start rank outsiders against the Kangaroos at Wembley Stadium. Coach Sean Wayne says that's fine by him.
In order to give us a chance against Samoa and Tonga, and which is good, you know, I do like that position.
And the build-up continues ahead of tomorrow's night's AFLW showdown. With the Crows yet to lose a match against Port Adelaide, co-captain Ebony Marinoff is remaining calm and still believes they can get the win. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
At Brooklyn Park, Burstwater Main, Marine Road near Sir Donald Rabbit Drive. At the East Parklands, Bartels Road is closed for the Harvard Ross Festival. That's between Decatterwood Terrace and East Terrace. Traffic very slow around there. And Blair Athol Urgent Electrical Works, Main North Road near St Clement Street, one lane out of action. Cameras this afternoon, Anzac Highway, Ashford and Beckman Streets at Glandore. The Australian Women's Health Diary helps raise funds for breast cancer research. Buy the diary that saves lives today from newsagents, select Woolworths and participating post offices. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEAA.
Now the FIVEAA forecast.
Fly Adelaide to Europe return from $1,599 economy class or $7,965 business class. Visit pht.com.au.
Partly cloudy with a top of 20 today, mostly sunny and 22 tomorrow after an overnight low of 9. Showers and a storm likely on Saturday, dropping back to 14 degrees. Currently, it's 18 degrees on FIVEAA. Let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, iconic SA food maker Spring Gully shuts down after plunging into financial ruin. Bombshell research for people who think they're allergic to gluten. The King and Queen head to the Vatican to pray with the Pope. Fishing bag limits cut in half to tackle the algal bloom crisis. And the Flinders Ranges named a top global destination. 9 News. Your news. Nightly at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
The next chapter begins. Burnside Village is more sophisticated than ever. With our new elevated shopping experience, explore the 2-storey Mecca flagship store and SA's only Cocoa Republic showroom. Plus JB Hi-Fi, Uniqlo, July, Style Runner, Age, Sea Folly, Nude Lucy and much more. Discover new fashion, home and lifestyle, health and wellness. Plus an additional 560 free undercover car parks. Burnside Village. Fashion, dining, lifestyle. BurnsideVillage.com.au.
Get ready, Adelaide. The 4-wheel drive and adventure show is on and TJM is bringing the heat. Score 20% off bull bars, suspensions, snorkels, plus the entire TJM protection range. Minimum 20% off TJM camp gear plus freebies on swags and rooftop tents. Specials on GME radios and Rhino rack and free light bars with every Rhino platform. Mirrors, long-range tanks, HSP roll covers and exclusive American truck deals. Only at TJM, this weekend only at the Wayville Showgrounds, Stand WA.
Still thinking about a sea change? Think Oakford Homes in Counter Bay. New stage released and selling fast. A variety of block sizes available in a friendly community with brand new low maintenance homes plus the beach close by. Affordable packages, no surprises. Move in now or invest for the future. Fixed price turnkey packages, flat land ready to build. Don't miss out. New stage now released. Visit our display village at Encounter Bay. Oakford Homes, a statement of quality. oakfordhomes.com.au.
Does biting into an ice cream make your teeth feel sensitive?
Sensodyne Repair and Protect toothpaste provides lasting sensitivity relief with twice daily brushing. Always follow the directions for use.
From the 1st of November, the Australian Government is introducing Support at Home. It's a new way to deliver aged care services. Now, the program replaces the current home care packages and the short-term care programs. It makes it simpler and more flexible to get you the help that you need. Now, ECH have been proudly supporting South Australians for more than 60 years, helping people stay independent, active and connected in their own homes. This afternoon, I spoke with Alison and Vanessa from ECH. We spoke about these changes Ranges and what they meant for you. So now, in our interactive lounge, the team are there and they'll only be there for a little bit longer. So if you would like to get your confidential questions answered off air, now is the time. Last Chance Saloon, 8223 0055. Ask any question you would like about support at home and the care packages, 8223 0055. If you want to find out more, you can also visit ech.asn.au.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Leith, Forrest.
Righto, here we go. Complete Care live stream, Facebook and YouTube. Not only can you listen to us, you can also see us now. Thank you for tuning in. It is great to have your company. Holly Marie Combs is going to join us this hour. Star of Charmed, Picket Fences, Pretty Little Lies. She'll be in Adelaide for Supernova next week, so that's coming up. For the first half hour, we are dedicating to the magnificence of the Flinders Ranges, because as you've been hearing on 5AA throughout the afternoon, South Australia's Flinders Ranges and Outback has been named as one of the world's top travel destinations for the year ahead. It is the only Australian place to make the list. From the Bible, that is Lonely Planet. Senior Director of Trade, Sales and Marketing, Chris Side joins me. Chris, lovely to see you. Thank you for coming in.
No, thank you. And we're just spreading the good word today.
Way to go, South Australia and the Flinders Ranges.
Way to go, SA. I love it. It is. I'm Adelaide born and bred, so
Yes.
kind of this is my stomping ground whenever I come back, even though I might be living in Melbourne now. But every time I come back, there is something about the Flinders Ranges that just gets under your skin.
Yeah.
And when you're there, it's just magnificent. And when you leave, you think about it and you reflect on it and you tell everybody about it. And now I get this global forum, this global space to be able to tell the entire world about it. And this is a product that kind of reaches the hundreds of millions of people. It's translated into 4 different languages. It goes gangbusters across the globe. So we just cannot underestimate how significant this is for the region to be on a list such as this.
Well, Lonely Planet is the Bible, and it has always been the Bible. I remember as a kid, when we went to America for the first time, the gift people would give you is the Lonely Planet guide for the USA. So you could do like pre-internet and then even post-internet. You could do your research. Like it was a must-have as a traveller.
We call ourselves travel nerds. We kind of live and we breathe it, and we look at everything through, like what would Adelaide be like from a traveller's point of view? What's going on? And there's so much activity happening right here, right now, which is super interesting. But it is one of those things we're always looking at. What would a traveller get out of these experiences, and what do we want to make sure that they know about, and actually put it on an international list? Even friends interstate, they've seen a lot of the footage today, and they see the big Wilpena Pound amphitheatre, which is just so spectacular.
Yes.
And they're like, where is that? I was like, it's in Australia.
Correct.
It's like 5.5 hour drive out of Adelaide through the Clare Valley, stop for some wine. Really beautiful place to kind of get to. And they're like, I never knew that it existed, which I find quite interesting.
We are looking at some of it now. And if you get on your YouTube and Facebook, you can have a look now on our live stream for Complete Care, just some of the drone vision and plane vision that the Tourism Commission's been able to give us for the Flinders Range. It is extraordinary. And the list of places, many of us have never been to any of these places, like Botswana and Peru, South Korea, Spain, Sao Paulo and Brazil, and Sardinia in Italy. This is on our doorstep. This is a drive.
And isn't it amazing the company that you keep when you kind of like start to list those other names?
Yeah.
You kind of go, wow, we've got this world-class tourism offering. And for tourism providers in that region, this is just gold for them. This is just money can't buy stuff. And we're really, really hopeful that this is going to generate not just some domestic activity that's beyond South Australians. We know South Aussies know the Flinders Ranges. They might not have ever visited, but they know of it. Whereas like interstate exposure is like up there. And now hopefully from an international audience point of view, and with new flights coming into Adelaide too, just makes the whole region much more accessible.
How do you at Lonely Planet get on this? How do you choose it? Like how do you get to the list, and why? And I mean, we know why, but how did the Flinders Ranges get on this particular
You're
list
asking
this year?
to go behind the curtain.
Are we allowed to? Are we allowed to open
absolutely.
the curtain somewhat?
Yeah, absolutely. So we, quite transparently, what we do every year. We've been doing Best in Travel list for roughly 15 or 16 years. So we ask all of our staff. So that's our authors that are out there on the ground. We've got about 400 that are out there. All of our internal staff, our social media influencers. We basically say to them, tell us where you think is going to be big in the year to come and give us the reasoning behind it.
Sure.
So you've got to be very specific as to why you think it's going to be, a travel-worthy experience or destination. That goes to an expert judging panel. So we've got 6 on the panel, each with slightly different perspectives in terms of that. They have scoring criteria. They map it all out, score the destinations, and from there the list is born. But it is always got to be future looking. So we're always looking into 2026.
Yes.
It's not like a retrospective, which a lot of other lists are, which is about what is the most popular place that people went to in 2024 or 2025. That's not how we do things. Those lists are quite boring. This is all about like looking forward and looking to where these new, these emerging destinations are going to be.
I was saying to you off air, and there would be a number of people in the audience who are in the same boat. And I was guilty of this up until recently. I'd never been to the Flinders Ranges. It had never, wasn't a school thing that we ever did, wasn't something that my parents ever took me to. And I was very lucky in that Mark McGill, who's the boss of Variety here in South Australia, they do their big Variety Bash every year, raising money and raise thousands. It's incredible. And they had a situation where they needed someone like myself to take over from Jane Riley. So I was so lucky that I got to go on half the bash. But they flew me to the Flinders Ranges and then we bashed our way through South Australia and then came back to Adelaide. So I got to spend half the time. I'd never been there. And like anyone else, when you're a tourist in your own state, but you never, it was extraordinary. I was taken back, not just the sheer beauty of it visually, but the sound.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I've ever been in a place where Sav and I were in this car and there was no sound.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing.
It puts a new perspective on the word vast for me. Like it's just like...
But it was a real zen. I'm not a real zen kind of guy, but it was very zen. I kind of thought, I could sit here and meditate for a day.
And I'd have to tell you, our international audience is loving that kind of like wildlife outnumbers people. They absolutely love that stuff. And it's kind of like, there's more emus than people that are out there.
Yeah.
So which is very, very cool. And if your budget can stretch, I agree with you. Seeing it from the air is extraordinary.
Oh, yeah.
They do little helicopter tours out of places like Rawlsley Park, but that is worth the coin because you will see it from a completely different perspective, and particularly if you're there in wildflower season, which has obviously just come to an end now, but you get the different kind of colours that kind of shape the landscape as well. Crazy beautiful. The other bit that I absolutely love is sunsets. Sunsets there just hit totally differently. The pinks and the way the shadows come across the mountains. It's crazy beautiful. And again, it's all on our doorstep.
I'm just, again, I find myself, I'm listening to you, but I'm getting transfixed on the live stream too, because again, you're looking at it in different ways, as you say. So this would be a drone shot, but just look at the vast, there are so many great places around the world, like the monument valleys where you see them in movies and stuff, and people go, I want to drive through there. I want to go through there. This is what your list will do for that area and for the locals in that area.
I think the other bit for me is people know Uluru. Like they're very aware of that they're aware of places like the Barrier Reef.
Yep.
It is within this breadth that somewhere like the Flinders Ranges should actually be held in the same kind of account.
Yep.
So we really want to kind of start to think about that. Yes, those are amazing destinations, but Australia is just littered with them. And here is another great example. I mean, Wilpena Pound is 8 times the size of Uluru. Like it's just like when you think about that in terms of scale, it's great for walking. It's so family friendly. You can do lots of beautiful Indigenous walks as well. Get up for close with rock art. You can go fossil hunting, be your own kind of paleontologist. It dates back 550 million years. Like it's when you just think about it.
But it's hard to put that into perspective. I remember the first time I saw Uluru and thought I knew it was going to be big, but I had no idea. Like it's mind blowing.
It is, and and I think the other bit that has impressed us is we've seen a lot of improvements in the travel offering there from an accommodation point of view, from a food standpoint. Everywhere kind of like from the Prairie Hotel over in Parachilna to some of the stuff down in Melrose, that we're seeing such a better service being attached to a lot of the region as well. And we do think that that's a post-COVID thing. So we've come out of COVID. All those people have looked at their travel offering, they've improved, and they've really kind of taken it to the next level, which is world class, which is why it hits the list and is in the same breath as Botswana and Sardinia and others.
Chris Sire is here from Lonely Planet, the Senior Director of Trade Sales and Marketing. I think I love the most, very rare in this day and age, can you actually unplug, There's not a lot of Wi-Fi in the Flinders Ranges. There's not car noises. There's not just general ambient noise. Like that's something, if you want to get away from that and absolutely unplug, it's the best.
It's the first time I ever went glamping. I thought glamping was a little bit of really? Really? Come on, this is a bit of hoity-toity. But it was amazing. It was absolutely fabulous in terms of just being there and, as you rightly say, completely unplugging. I've got no service. I'm sitting in front of an open fire, watching the night sky. Like, this is having a glass of wine. This
takes you back to an adolescence in a weird way. Like, before all of this.
I agree with that, like being able to kind of run away for 6-7 hours.
You're a 10-year-old kid on camp. Like, it's great as an adult with all the mod cons that come with that. How's Lonely Planet? As I say, the books forever have just been a staple. I guess now the internet, is it a combination between people are still buying the physical hardcovers, obviously, and I always love when you see someone's got their their library or a bookcase or whatever, and you can tell where they've been because they've got the Lonely Planet at each of those places. But are you finding, is it a combination of people doing it as much online as they are with the physical books?
I judge people when I do open houses. If they don't have Lonely Planet books on display, it's like, I'm not buying this house. But no, we have found that what has happened is that as long as people want a printed product, we will offer a printed product. And we find that everything kind of happens in combination. So we find some people really like kind of going analog, so to speak, and actually having, something between their fingers in terms of flicking pages. We find others really want to kind of be inspired by articles on websites. We find other people are just inspired by pictures on social media. So we'll provide that inspiration in any which way we can. What's been really interesting for us is this move towards more local voices. So what we're seeing in the way that we put our product together is hearing more and more and more from the people that live there and what they recommend to do, but get that little insider secret. So hearing from the winemaker in the McLaren Valley to kind of give you the down and dirty on what to do. Hearing from the fisherman on Kangaroo Island to give you that kind of information. So that's what I think is really, really important to kind of get across. And I think in the age of AI, that is going to hold us really, really well, because I think Lonely Planet's 53 next year.
Yeah, wow.
So, and that really kind of shapes the fact that this is a research by people for people with real opinion that really matters.
If you could get Kevin Costner to make a show on the Flinders Ranges, we are home. If you could make that the Montana of America. Have you been to any of the other places in the 25?
I have been to a lot, and two of my favourites made the list. I wasn't on the judging panel this year. I have been on the judging panel in the past, but I missed that. I mean, it is like Christmas for us because the list gets revealed to us as well, and we're like, wow, that made the list. Why is that?
Tunisia this year?
Tunisia is an interesting one. The two that I love is Botswana, which you mentioned. That's really about safe safaris. I've done a pretty amazing safari on a private reserve there where the animals are much, much more, they're very skittish. And so you're feeling like you're getting a really authentic experience because you're seeing them rather than being kind of lazy, used to tourists. You're actually really seeing them for what they are. My other big one, and particularly for Aussies, is Finland. I was literally there 2 weekends ago and after only just recently flying back in. I think Finland's outstanding. The big thing is it's on the euro, so it's not like the Norway and Sweden have their own currencies and the exchange rate is quite dire, whereas the exchange rate to the euro is a little bit less. So if you're wanting that Nordic experience, going up to the Arctic Circle, seeing the Northern Lights, then Finland is absolutely the place to go. And if anyone likes Melbourne, Helsinki, the capital, is a lot like Melbourne. It's a port city, lots of trams, very design-led, really easy to kind of get around, and nothing beats a reindeer burger. Nothing beats a reindeer burger.
Really?
Really. Reindeer burger's outstanding.
Because of the meat?
The meat is just, it's just so rich and yum and beautiful. Go down the port. They often put like a horseradish cream on the top. It's like a pulled meat too, like a pulled pork, but it's pulled reindeer. Oh my God.
We have Foodie Friday. I'm going to get Chris Jarman to cook me a reindeer burger. North Island of New Zealand gets a mention. British Columbia in Canada. Siem Reap in Cambodia. You got Finland, Colombia, the Netherlands, Phuket in Thailand, Tipperary, it's a long way there in Ireland, Mexico City, Maine in the US, Solomon Islands, Barbados, Tunisia. It's a solid list. And there we are, the Flinders Ranges. How do people find out more?
Yeah, absolutely. You can go on to lonelyplanet.com. We've got a bunch of like videos and interactive pieces that you can check out. And the book Best in Travel, because it's a physical book. It's great Christmas present. So it's solid coffee tub. It's beautiful. So nice little number.
Love it.
It's available where all good books are sold. Go on.
Thanks for coming to visit.
Easy as.
Thanks for getting us on the list. The only one in Australia, by the way. South Australia proud.
Anytime I can big up SA, I will do it.
Well done. Chris Zire from Lonely Planet, Senior Director, Trade Sales and Marketing. Flinders Ranges, named as one of the world's top travel destinations for the year ahead. The only Australian place. In your face, other states. Back after this.
The Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo is returning to Australia. That's right, for the first time since 2019, and it's heading to Brisbane for a huge 75th anniversary show, The Heroes Who Made Us.
Well, all this week we're giving you the chance to be there, flights and accommodation included.
So make sure you're listening in to find out how you can win your way to this incredible event.
It's all thanks to Spark Travel. Plan your next getaway with the experts, where every journey begins with a friendly conversation.
It's a tragic fact. Unused clothes and shoes can lie forgotten in cupboards and drawers for years. Cold, dark, alone. But on Saturday, November 1st, you can set your unused clothes free at South Australia's biggest textile recycling event. Simply pack up your clean, good quality garments and linens and drop them off at your nearest collection point between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. on Saturday, November 1st. To find your nearest collection point, visit greenindustries.sa.gov.au.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. Bob Jane T-Mart's Epic Drive Sale is on now with thousands of tyres discounted. Want a free tyre? Buy 3 Bridgestone, Yokohama or Kumho tyres and the 4th tyre's free. Up to $200 instant cashback on selected Pirelli, Bridgestone and Continental tyres. We won't be beaten with our best tyre price guarantee. Give us a call or shop online today. At Bob Jane T-Mart's, we'll look after you.
T's and C's apply. I'm Brett Buckley from Ray White Business Sales. We've been with FIVEAA now for nearly 5 years. We noticed that fairly early, probably within about 4 to 5 months, we started to see some good quality inquiries coming through that were directly from FIVEAA. From our experience, I would highly recommend advertising on radio firstly, but more importantly on FIVEAA. Not just because of the reach, not just because you can get to your target market more effectively, but purely because of the collaborative experience that you'll have in ensuring that your marketing dollar is best spent.
To get your message out there and grow your business, visit 5AA.com.au and hit the Advertise With Us link.
Hi, it's Jane Riley here. You've probably heard me talking about Fusion clinical trials. Clinical research is vital for paving the way in the development of new medications and future health management. This is Fusion's commitment in Adelaide with its team of doctors, health professionals and the community working together to improve the well-being of all Australians and those beyond our shores. Rest assured, we'll be hearing more about Fusion clinical research in the months ahead. Trusted research, proven results, Fusion.
Who can fix the shower?
Service today.
Who can fix the power?
Service today.
With thousands of positive reviews, it's no wonder that Service Today is the most recognised and respected home service company rated by Australians. Our licensed technicians can help with all your plumbing, electrical, heating, cooling and home security needs. So when you need reliable home services, at Service Today, the answer will always be, yes we can. Yes we can is what we say at Service Today. Google Service Today to book one of our experts.
A new elevated shopping experience awaits at Burnside Village with a 2-story mega flagship store, Coco Republic, JB Hi-Fi, Uniqlo, Style Runner, Kavari, July and much more. Burnside Village, fashion, dining, lifestyle. BurnsideVillage.com.au.
5AA Afternoons with Leith, Forrest.
Complete Care live stream, Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed that. Speaking to Chris from Lonely Planet, how beautiful those videos of the Flinders Ranges, if you haven't had a chance to see them already. Holly Marie Combs is going to join us on the other side of headlines. Of course, the star of many shows, including Charmed and Pretty Little Liars. Picket Fences, you might remember, from the 80s and mid-90s, I guess. That was a terrific show. Just before we get to Tamira and the headlines, though, Bill said, Leith, any other Australian or South Australian places on previous year's list? Bill, I can tell you that I did ask Chris on the way out regarding South Australia. So last year or the year before, Kangaroo Island was on the list, and 10 years ago, Adelaide made the list for Lonely Planet, but that's it. So it's quite a coup for the Flinders Ranges and for the SATC. So not only do we hope internationals go, but many of us, many of the locals that may not have been there anytime soon. Go and check it out, the Flinders Ranges. Before we get to the headlines, Lucky Dumpling Market, one of the great reasons to be in Adelaide because they are back. We have food and beverage vouchers for you to go. We want to pay for your drinks and for your delicious treats from any of the amazing food vendors that you choose. If you would like to go, caller number 4, 8223 0055. We'll give you that food and beverage voucher. And you can taste the flavours of Asia at the Lucky Dumpling Market, Adelaide's springtime food and entertainment hub. It is on until the 9th of November. LuckyDumplingMarket.com. Holly Marie Combs next.
5AA Mornings with Graham Goodings.
Smaller apartments and 6-storey retirement villages. That's a state government plan to tackle our housing crisis and ageing population.
Graham Goodings.
Housing Minister Nick Champion, I think you're building controlled slums.
What we're doing is providing a pathway and through the planning system for an accommodation product which people can avail themselves of or not.
Weekday mornings from 9 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Go Vita, your local health food shops. With 40 years health and wellness experience and over 300 natural health practitioners specialising in you.
Hi, I'm Yvonne from Go Vita Marion. Nutrivital Beauty Collagen with hydrolyzed marine collagen peptides helps maintain healthy-looking skin when consumed as part of a balanced diet. Nutrivital Beauty Collagen, 155 grams, now $35.50. Save 50%.
Go Vita, Colonnades, Fairview Green, Marion, Mount Barker, Semaphore and Tanunda.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon. Tamira Francis here with the 3:30 News headlines. Another Liberal has taken a swipe at the opposition leader over the criticism of Kevin Rudd. Attorney General Kaya Ma has made an authorised statement on the state government's 11th hour bid to keep Snowtown's serial killer locked up. Popular retailer Lush has closed stores across the country to protest against the starvation of people in Gaza. And in sport, Port Adelaide has completed its coaching structure with Jacob Surgeon set to take control of the Magpies in the Sandfall. The 5AA forecast, partly cloudy, top of 20 today, mostly sunny and 22 the top tomorrow. Right now it's 18 degrees. We'll have more news for you at 4 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Tired of scrolling through countless websites to plan your holiday? At locally owned Spark Travel, our travel experts are just a phone call away, eager to hear your needs and craft the perfect getaway tailored just for you. Reach out today for a chat and let's start planning your holiday together. Look for our travel deals in the Sunday Mail. Spark Travel, where your journey begins with a conversation. King William Street, Adelaide. Phone now 88765121, sparktravel.com.au.
Thinking about dental implants but feeling a little nervous? That's totally understandable. Which is why at Burnside Dental Practice, comfort always comes first. We offer gentle sleep dentistry, so you'll always feel calm and supported. Our implants are matched to your smile and made for your comfort, so you can confidently eat, speak and smile with ease. For complete peace of mind, book your implant consultation at Burnside Dental Practice in Hazelwood Park. Visit burnsidedental.com.au.
Deliver more with Toyota, the world's #1 forklift brand. Choose from a great range including pallet jacks, walkie stackers and reach forklifts, right up to their leading Toyota counterbalance forklifts. Legendary reliability and safety with cleaner, greener electric options. Toyota can tailor the right forklift solution for you. It's all part of the Toyota Forklift Advantage. For more, visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Get a Toyota forklift. Always relevant. 5AA. Always Always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Leith Forrest.
So the Supernova Comic-Con and Gaming kicks off on Halloween here in Adelaide on the 31st of October through to the 2nd of November. It is wall-to-wall stars of pop culture. And I'm delighted that one of those stars joins me this afternoon. She is the star of, among many things, Charmed, Picket Fences, Pretty Little Liars and more, Holly Marie Combs. Lovely to see you, Holly. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you.
It's nice to have you coming to see us here in Adelaide. Have you been here before?
I have. I've been actually a couple times with Supernova, and I love that town. I remember it well. And yeah, any opportunity we get to go back to Australia for some reason, it was our number one market for Charmed. We did rather well there. And so, yep, Australia is only the first, and then France was our second biggest market, which is we did better than we did in the US. So it's like France and Australia are kind of like our second hometowns.
Excellent. Well, we're happy to have you back. Is it a joyful experience? I imagine it would be, seeing new places, meeting new people, sharing the love for fans and films that you've done.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this, I think I'm going on my 16th year. And so to think that we've been doing this for so long and we get to travel together and we're still just like this traveling circus of gypsies. And our biggest like conversational point is who's getting married, who's having babies, whose kids are starting to drive, who's going to college, and more importantly, where to eat dinner every night.
Of course.
That's our big conversation of the day.
I actually wondered that, whether it was a travelling roadshow or they just say, hey, Holly, meet us in Adelaide on the 31st of October. But you get to meet so many different people from the industry, make new friends. You might have crossed paths, but now you get to know them really well.
Yeah, I mean, I've done a couple of shows recently with Costas Mandylor. We did one in Paris. We did one in White Plains, New York just recently. So to see people I've worked with when I was 19 or 20, suddenly in these random places, so many years later, 30 some years later, it's quite the experience. And to see people who still appreciate these shows, and, my shows, to my own fault, meant so much to me. I was so just enraptured by Picket Fences and Charmed and even Pretty Little Liars. To see that it still resonates with people and it's meaningful to people is a big, big deal for us.
I think there's an element, Holly, that there's so much going on in the world now that's negative and sad, that there's a real comfort in nostalgia. Like people, shows that they watched the first time round, happy to rewatch. Now streaming services make it easier than ever. Like you don't have to go and buy box DVD sets that are this big to try and plow your way through. So I think that's a real, and the audiences would grow because people would share them with their kids or their parents. Like there would be generational fans.
Family members for sure. We're probably on our third generation now. And also friendships that have become, a common bond where, oh, you love this show, I love this show. And it's very bonding, and it just an element of it we didn't expect at all. And I always tried to keep it very realistic as we could about a family, and not so much about all the special effects and dragons in the sky. But what I missed trying to be so real is that escapism really is highly beneficial for people when you can take an hour out of your day and just go into a completely different world. And so I'm doing a rewatch podcast with Brian Krause, who played my husband, and Drew Fuller, who played my son. And I now, so many years later, get lost in these episodes, and I get it. It's been long enough where I don't remember everything. So I'm kind of watching it like an audience member. And I'm like, wow, and you really do get absorbed in it. And, the kids know. I mean, it's weird that my kids know that I'm watching myself, but they can either sit down with me quietly or they can go out.
I've been quoting Taylor Swift a little bit to guests recently, because she said a line that really resonated to me that I'd never really thought about, to be fair, Holly, that artists put up a mirror to fans, and they may not see themselves in the mirror at the time, but 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the track, if they revisit, that mirror is all of a sudden, that's me, that's my story. I resonate with that. And you would have seen that like all through your career. So Very quickly, I'm going to condense your career for people just to give them
boy.
a time lapse of
Okay.
it. Don Johnson, Susan Sarandon's daughter, first big movie break. Tom
Yes.
Cruise, 4th of July, 1992, Picket Fences. Now, this is the show. This is the first, isn't it? Really sort of big explosion. What a great experience. That is such a wholesome show. I used to watch thinking like Tom Skerritt and Kathy Baker would make such great parents. And I wonder too, the mirror of storylines and arcs, whether people, when they watched that, took a little bit of themselves in it. And that's why it was so popular.
Yeah, I mean, I got thrown into, at a very early age, this great group of very talented actors. Like, I had to step up my game. I couldn't be like a cute kid selling toothpaste. That wasn't my thing. So I had to say, like, to myself, like, it was uncomfortable. It was scary. There are certain episodes of Picket Fences where I can see I'm very green and I'm very uncomfortable because they're just such a high caliber of actor that I really had to sort of buckle down, study them, and figure out if this was something that meant something to me. Because if it doesn't, if you're just in it for the fame or the money, you're going to get eaten up by it. But if there's something in it that really speaks to you, you can speak to other people with that. And so, you know, I had a different upbringing than most. And I think I found sort of a calling and a purpose into a human relationship on screen that I didn't quite have in my home life.
It's such a brilliant show, even to this day. Like, it still holds up. You go from that to a show that makes you an international star, really. Like, you thought you were famous before. Get on Charm with Alyssa Milano and Shannon Doherty and Rose McGee. Like, is it all fun? Is it part fun, part nightmare when you're that famous, that young?
Well, the thing is with network TV, with the episodics the way they used to be, it was 9 months a year. So you're really in the stages and working 9 months a year. You really only get to go in the outside world for 2.5 months a year. And, you know, because that's how long the seasons took before, when we were doing 22 and 24 episodes a year. And so with Picket Fences, we were very critically acclaimed, but, you know, we won a lot of Emmys, but it was basically the best show that nobody saw because we had such bad, you know, Friday nights at 10, our time slots were so, you know, not the greatest. And so it took a while for people to discover it. But with Charmed, it was a whole nother sort of popularity. But still, we were in the stage 9 months of the year. And we would go to events, but, you know, a lot of it felt like we were just trying to keep up. We were trying to keep up with network expectations and producer expectations. And we really didn't have any concept of how well it was doing because it was always kind of a struggle. We were always kind of on the edge of being canceled. And so we had no idea of our impact, which was probably a good thing in some ways. But yeah, it was a while before. And, you know, when TNT in the States started replaying it at times where kids could see it in the morning or in the afternoon, that's when it really kind of blew up within families. And that was many years later. So we were blissfully oblivious to it for a long time.
It did blow up, and I revisited the AOL list of best ever witches, of which you are third in the history, Holly. Now Sam from Bewitched is number one. I'll give you that.
Great.
Like that's a kind of iconic role. I think you're a bit stiff. I think you've got Willow from Buffy covered. Personally, I would have had you at number two. Sam's a hard art. I mean, it's been around for decades, but I mean to realise, as you say, Australia, France, anywhere around the world, that these are the shows that resonates with people. Then you fast forward a few more years, shows, films, and then you're on Pretty Little Lies. As an actor, you're hoping lightning strike once for you. Get on A Good Show and Happy Day. You get 3 absolute smashes.
Yeah, see, that kind of makes me nervous. It makes me nervous going forward into the future because, like, I just couldn't ask for more. I couldn't, you know, I've based my career sort of out of around my kids now. And so when I started Pretty Little Liars, my youngest son was almost a year old. He was 11 months old. And I had said to myself, I'm going to take a full year off to be with this baby. I knew this was going to be my last baby. And so I was like, I'm really going to put in that time. But of course, when Pretty Little Liars called, my agents called and said, this is the best pilot we've read all season. You have to do this. I was like, are we allowed to do this? Because it's a little controversial. We didn't know. I mean, with picket fences, we got in trouble all the time. So I was sensitive to sensitive subject matter. And they were like, yes. And it was groundbreaking in so many ways. So I didn't want to miss it. So I looked at my 11-month-old and I was like, I got to go, but you can come with me, but I got to go. So, and now I'm still kind of doing that same thing where my youngest is now 16. He's got a couple years left in high school. He's already on his way to the military, like his older brother. And I was like, okay, so I have these 2 years left. And then I know when those 2 years are over, I'm going to be like, what do I do now? And I'm going to be looking for something, but that's tempting fate because I have had those three that just really were a gift.
You know what? I'm sure lightning's going to strike again for you. When you get to see people at Supernova, well, what do the fans talk to you most about? Can you tell the difference between the fans of the shows? Obviously, your connection and friendship with Shannon and the road tripping and the podcast. Like, there's a lot for fans to speak to you about.
Yeah. I mean, what is really astonishing to me still about Charmed is that oftentimes people tell me it got them through a tough spot in their life or an illness or a death in the family. And I mean, I know I put my heart and soul, blood, sweat, and tears into it. And just the fact that it like I said, it resonates with anyone is all the satisfaction I could ever ask for, you know. Because it was kind of a silly show, but it did mean a lot to people. And that's why we're just super grateful. It's kind of hard to understand, but we're super grateful that it just still is so special.
Well, the shows mean a lot, and Supernova means a lot to people. Like, it's their favourite weekend of the year.
Good.
Tickets are available at supernova.com.au. Holly, lovely to meet you. Thank you for coming back to see us here in Adelaide. I hope you find those restaurants you're after. I hope you can find a good feed here in Adelaide. One of the stars of Supernova, Holly Marie Combs, October 31 to November 2 at the showgrounds, supernova.com.au. Thanks so much, Holly.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Inspired millions around the world, and now Oprah Winfrey returns to Australia in a brand new live event, Oprah in Conversation. This global trailblazer and cultural powerhouse will share her powerful story of resilience, success, and the life lessons that shaped her extraordinary journey. Don't miss Oprah, live at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre, Saturday, December 6. Tickets on sale now at Ticketek, or for your chance to be there, keep listening to 5AA.
Shane from Drummond Golf, you've been busy turning good golfers into great golfers.
Thanks, Rowie. We have the best gear for golfers at all levels.
And it's not just about getting a new set of clubs, it's the experience and the advice you get when you walk in.
Exactly, Tim.
We always strive to be a complete experience. We're all golfers, we're passionate, and we know the sport. Plus, with a price match guarantee, you know you'll get the best for less.
And you'll improve their game with Mini Golf Max, Big Swing Simulators and My Match Expert Fitting.
We certainly will, Rowie.
Well, you've helped me, Shane. I shot over 200 metres the other day.
What, in the right direction?
Yeah, not so much.
I think you're going to need more than one lesson.
Lift your game with Drummond Golf, Australia's biggest golf retailer.
Go Harvey Norman. Tech run-out clearance on now. Race in and save. Clearance model laptops, gaming, mobiles and more on sale. Up to 20% off clearance headphones. Up to 20% off clearance smartwatches. Up to 30% off clearance mobiles and tablets. Plus hot run-out deals on clearance laptops, cameras, games, chargers, fitness and more. Harvey Norman Tech run-out clearance. Best brands, best range. In-store and online.
Go, Harvey, go.
Your Puritap makes your water more beautiful. But after 12 months, your poor old Puritap filters are full. Chockers from gatekeeping chemicals all year, knackered from stopping that stuff creeping into your life. It only takes 10 minutes to get it sorted.
Hi, I'm your local Puritap guy. Just give me 10 minutes and you'll have fresh, filtered water for the whole year.
10 minutes.
And it's all done.
Yeah. If you haven't changed your filter, what do you think you're drinking in your next glass of water? Actually, don't think about it. Call 133 502 now.
They say one of life's biggest decisions is buying a home. But sometimes the hardest one is leaving it. At Anglicare SA, we're here to help you stay where you belong, at home. We offer support for everyday things like cleaning, gardening, cooking, but are also experts in care management, allied health, and clinical nursing. Because we believe there's no place like home. Let us help you stay where your heart is. Find out more at Anglicare SA. You are at home.
The FIVEAA Travel Expo is back this Sunday. It's the biggest and best travel event in Adelaide, hosted by Adelaide, with over 60 worldwide tour operators, cruise lines, airlines and travel experts. Enjoy inspiring travel talks, early bird discounts, one-day-only deals, booking bonuses, including a glass of bubbles. Plus, win one of 5 incredible holiday prizes. The FIVEAA Travel Expo this Sunday at the Adelaide Convention Centre. Entry is free. Register at pht.com.au.
Looking for the perfect venue to host your next event? Empire Bar and Pool. The spacious and stylish location is the ideal spot for your next function. Whether it's a birthday or friendly competition, Empire is where events come alive. empirepool.com.au.
SA's biggest cover-up is about to be uncovered. Who's at the centre of it?
Walco, of course. Summer is on its way. Time to think about waking up your sleepy pool and getting set for good times. Beat the rush now and organise your Walco pool blanket. It'll keep your pool clean and warm all summer. Plus, stop evaporation. Uncover the savings now with a Walco pool blanket. Visit walco.com.au today.
5AA Afternoons with Leith, Forrest.
Live stream Complete Care, YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. 10 minutes to 4. Stephen Rowe, Tim Geneva coming up very short. Just before we do that, Andrew says on the text, any chance, thank you, Blake. Blake and I were having this conversation on the live stream. He was a little tight. That's it. That's better. Probably even for, when you turn binoculars around the other way and you look through, that's what we need. Andrew says, Leith, any chance you can get Jessica Alba on the show? She's in Queensland at the moment shooting a film. I did see that, Andrew. She was on the beach in Queensland, which made quite the splash. People are excited to see. You are the Richard Wilkins of Adelaide. Thanks, Andrew. Well, I'll try. Definitely. We love Jessica Alba. Be great to speak to her on the show. I can tell you, if you like pop culture, in the next couple of days ahead of Supernova, Jim Cummings is going to be on the show. Jim Cummings is a legendary voice artist. For the last 40 years, he has been the voice of Pooh. Winnie the Pooh, in all the movies, in all of the TV shows, in all of the cartoons, that's Jim. He's also the voice of Tigger. He is the voice of the Tassie Devil on the Looney Tunes cartoon. So he's a fascinating guy. He's coming to Adelaide, so he's going to join us on the show. And if you're a Star Wars enthusiast or a Star Wars nerd, John Boyega, who famously took off that Stormtrooper helmet, is going to join us as well, because he also is coming to Adelaide. So a little bit of pop culture in the next week or so. If you're a music fan, I'm just trying to think who else we've got on the show. Jimmy Barnes and his wife Jane are going to join us next week too, which will be fun. They've got a new book out, which will be lovely to catch up with them. Just before we speak to Tim, some news has come through from the Premier and the Minister for Primary Industries, and this will make S. Rowe and Ned McHenry very, very happy, because part of the algal bloom summer plan, they today have outlined a plan for long-term recovery of fishing stocks in waters that have been affected by the algal bloom. The plan includes fishing fee relief and industry assistance grants, expanded small business support grants. There's a $500,000 comprehensive voluntary marine scale fish fishery licence study, establishment of an industry recovery framework. Timmy, I know you're not a fisher like Rowie, but you'll like this. You would have heard him and Ned bang on about this. Discounted boat registration, 50% off for the next year.
Wow.
On Rego,
That's
so
awesome.
that's good. Free access to boat ramps.
Excellent.
For a year.
That's good.
Free vehicle access to coastal parks. So
Yeah,
that's good.
just taking away the barriers.
Threatened and vulnerable marine species breeding program, saltwater fish restocking, freshwater fish restocking, compliance and intensive scientific monitoring, recreational fishing reefs, and recreational fishing and tackle store support. So that's good for the Jamie and Sams of the Tackle World Adelaide.
Yeah, there you
cruise.
go.
So there you go. So there's a bit going on in that realm.
Well done.
What's coming up on the big show from 4?
Yeah, well, plenty happening. We'll get updates from the Adelaide Oval as that one-day international takes place.
Yes.
Virat Kohli, another globe out for a duck, and thought about reviewing it, but he was plumb. So even his mate Rohit Sharma said, "Nah."
I do like when his partner batsman goes, "Yeah, mate."
Yeah. I think you better go. Yeah.
It's sad to see the demise. Maybe he's just copped 2 good balls, but this could be the end.
Probably got himself out in the first one. Bit of a loose shot, got caught nicely by Cooper Connolly, but this one he was plumb. But yeah, it's the only form of cricket now he's playing for India. And I think it is definitely the last time we'll see him here in Australia. So, yes.
A lot of good sports stars don't know when to call it a day.
We've actually had that, when did you go too long? 1 year too long type thing? Yeah, so we've had that.
They've made a good
topic.
recovery, though, because they're 2 for 100 in the 23rd.
They're going okay. It's not too bad. So, game set up nicely there. Bharat Sundaresan will give us a couple of updates from there.
Excellent.
Young Serena Sundell from Adelaide Lightning. She's a recruiter from Missouri in the United States, a little town called Maryville.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's come all the way over from there. They just went down in the first game, but a great atmosphere at Waverley, I reckon.
2,000
and
sold out.
Really sold out nicely.
Yeah, I saw John Paul Drake put up a couple of posts because they're sponsoring now, John and Roger, which is great. We need a strong Lightning. We've got such a storied history.
Yeah, correct.
It'd be nice to see more games.
Got Scafie on, Mark Scaife, about it's the Gold Coast, which is down the top 10. This is the BP final series that's coming up.
Yep.
Goes to Sandown down to 7 drivers. Then it comes to Adelaide for the grand final where there's 4. So, yeah.
You know what? You're allowed to do that. We're not allowed to play songs because Zuckerberg's all over us for copyright. But feel free to sing.
I'll keep doing that. AFLW, it's the showdown. It's Adelaide v Port.
Friday night.
Now, I looked up the previous 3. Adelaide smacked Port in the first one by 10 goal. Second one, Port got a little bit closer, got done by 5 goal. Third one, 14 points the difference. Could this be the closest showdown we've ever seen?
The gap is
Port
closing.
on the back of a really good win against Hawthorn, who only lost at 1 game. Crows up against the best team in the comp, North Melbourne.
Haven't lost forever.
But this should be one of the really good showdowns, I reckon, tomorrow night. So
Excellent.
Looking forward to that. We'll have a couple of the girls there, Chelsea Bedell and Justine Mules-Robertson. But also, the call topic is, on the back of, we found out last night, which I didn't realise, 21 years after the fact, Jeff Fennick was ripped off by
Zuma Nelson.
Correct, way back in 91. That result was reversed, which I cannot believe.
Really?
Retracted, reversed in 2022, giving Jeff Fennick his 4th world title at different weight levels. So how's that for an amazing
How under the radar is that?
Yeah.
It's like Sam Mitchell and Trent Cotram being Brownlow medalists.
Yeah.
You don't think of that.
You don't even think of it. So
wow.
We're looking for sporting moments that should be reversed or overturned. So I reckon there'll be a few in the skeletons of sporting history. Got any Carlton ones you'd like to reverse?
How long have you got? You're on at 4. I'll tell you during the break. Tim Jennifer, Stephen Rowe next.
Coming up next, Adelaide's only local sport show. It's the very latest in sport, live from